Did you know that Jesus revealed the allegorical nature of the Bible many times? He did this when he quoted Moses. And we know Thomas Paine and Thomas Jefferson knew that Moses never lived. Well, here's the easiest way to identify this. Now, this is obviously from Wikipedia, and people can argue that Wikipedia is not awesome. We need to look at Elephantine. What's Elephantine? Elephantine is an island, you can see, down by the Aswan Dam. It's about 500 miles south of the Giza Plateau. So we can leave Wikipedia and go right to the Ancient Jew Review. Now look at the title, December 24, Elephantine Island of the Millennia. Okay, so you can say 449 BC. This Elephantine dates to about late 300 BC, it seems. So there was a Judean temple there, and there was interactions between the Judean temple in Elephantine and the Judean temple in Jerusalem. And the language that was spoken in the interactions and what was found there otherwise were, so the first four, all Egyptian, then Aramaic, Greek, Syriac, Arabic, and Middle Persian. Why no Hebrew? Well, it's because there was no Hebrew to be anywhere found other than a little scribble here and there until the Torah, the Pentateuch, the Septuagint was written, and the Hebrew version of it was written. And that was after 400 BC, or even into the 200 BCs. And we know this from historian Gad Barnea, as well as historian Barnea Adler. Both are Jewish archaeologists living in Israel right now, working at universities in Israel. You can see this is from Myth Vision. So Myth Vision and then Gnostic Informant both. You can see the lack of archaeologic evidence for Moses and the Exodus. Very well known among Bible scholars. So we know there's no burning bush. This is the interview that Gnostic did with Gad Barnea. So we're going to just add a little bit more color here. So I underlined Abraham, Moses, Jacob, Isaac, and Judah. So if there was no Abraham, there could have been no Jacob, or no Isaac, no Jacob, and then no Judah, no Levi. If no Levi, no Moses. If no Judah, then no house of David, then no Solomon. Well known. And so we look to Jesus now. What did Jesus say? Jesus in Revelation said, and this was the Greek, offspring of David. I'm the offspring of David, who of course didn't exist. Now here he also said that I'm the bright morning star, who's otherwise called Lucifer. So if you the TV show Lucifer, his name is Lucifer Morning Star. Okay, so here Jesus said, I am the offspring of David, and we know David didn't exist. Here in Matthew 12, he's saying Solomon, now something greater than Solomon is here, but we know since there was no David, there could have been no Solomon. So we know that Jesus is telling us that the Bible is allegorical. And here is the biggie there. He says in Mark 12:26, in John 5 he quotes Moses, but in John 12:26 or Mark 12:26, Jesus quotes Moses, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And we know that none of those four guys existed. So we know this. So Jesus is telling us here that the Bible is allegorical. We know the Bible is allegorical. Thomas Paine and Thomas Jefferson knew the Bible was allegorical. And there are still, even though it's allegorical, there are wonderful moral messages in there. And that's what people should embrace rather than the other madness that they currently embrace, threatening people with going to hell if they don't believe in a dude who is telling us that he is from a lineage that never existed. So we know that Jesus himself has revealed to us the allegorical nature of the Bible. And even though that is true, I am still convinced that Matthew 18:3 is operationally true based upon all that the near-death experiencers have told us.